Here we go then. We just wanted a clean, incident-free race, regardless of position. Let's see how we go. Lights are on, and lights are off. I'm really happy with my initial launch. I want to go right and follow the silver and blue Integra, but I've got Fiesta right there, so I've had to go to the outside, which then means I kind of lose a bit of momentum, and I'm conscious of people steaming down the inside, so I fight my way back over and head up towards Druid's hairpin. Just trying to see if I can stick around the outside of this Fiesta here, just to kind of hold a bit of a position. Again, have to sort of jink right to avoid the Alpha in front, and I end up kind of having to swap back just to make sure I can carry as much momentum as possible. It's all very congested. Onto the first time of the Grand Prix loop. The silver and the white and green Clio sends one down the inside. Good job I didn't turn in. And here we go then, the Grand Prix loop. We lose out on this initial drag, but I know that we're quick around the second half of this lap. Couple of blind right-handers coming up. I have to say, take some bravery some of these corners, especially when you're learning the track, and we haven't done any testing here, and I've only ever driven it once before, and that was a long time ago. So, seem to have found a little bit of a pocket now on the opening lap, and I don't think we've lost or gained positions, potentially lost one. But we're still right in there in the hunt for a podium at the moment, which, like I said at the start, wasn't really the target this weekend. Just want a nice incident-free race. This is the first of many frustrating exits from Graham Hill. Unfortunately, it's right between gears in this car. There's nothing we can do about it really without making some pretty major changes. We can make up the lap time, hence why we qualified second around the rest of the lap in the race. It just makes quite a frustrating time down that back straight, and again down this long straight. Because we hadn't tested as well, and I'd only done the qualifying laps and qualified quite well, at this point I did start to wonder whether we had an issue with the car, because I wasn't expecting to be passed by cars in our class quite so easily. Like I say though, I know we're quick at this part of the track, it's just tricky to overtake here. All about maximising the potential we've got out here and then trying to carry the speed around the Indy part. Thought about it, probably could have done it. Constantly in the back of my head is about this incident-free weekend, and you can see on the dashboard now, we've got a lot of orange lights, and those are just letting me know that the oil and water temp are pretty high. The ambient temp for this race was probably the highest I've ever raced in during the UK heatwave, an actual heatwave with some actual heat for a change. So I'm just trying to get out of the tow of that car to see if that helps at all, and then try not to run it into the revs for too much, and I'm just watching those temperatures. See again, just using that third gear just compromises our exit in the race. Same again, as you can see, I'm not annoyed at that car, I'm frustrated that he's able to drive past us. And a little confused at the time because I knew my qualifying pace was right up there, so I didn't realise how much time we were making up in this part of the track. Little sideways moment from the car in front just gives me that opportunity to just snatch that one back. And I do remember thinking at this point, I need to get on with this. I can't go backwards all race, the frustration will just build. So I've got my sights set on the blue Fiesta in front now. I know where I'm slow and I know where I'm fast, so it's about carrying the speed and the slow bits and then making the most of where I'm quick. So that BMW on the right there's got a bit of an issue, so we tick another place off there. Get my head down now. Go for second, make a mistake, put it in fourth, which makes the entry a bit interesting, and gives myself a lot to do with the gear shifts on the exit there, but it has meant that we are a little bit closer to the Fiesta this time. I know I'm going to lose out the initial part of this corner exit as well, and now I'm trying to balance in my head, tucking in for an aero advantage versus the fact that I've got those engine temp warnings. Not really an overtaking corner this unless you are well alongside, so just settle in back behind, keep showing my nose, see if I can force a mistake or see if an opportunity comes up. Same again here. And we do get two wheels on the grass from the car in front, and that's just enough for us to sneak around the outside. I have to leave a gap on the inside here because he's obviously still there. It compromises my exit a little bit, but we're far enough ahead. It doesn't matter for us, and it's now just about ignoring the car behind. I know he's going to be quicker than me in those two corners of the Indy circuit. Just get my head down and try and close up to the next car in front. So I've got no excuses really, because even though I know I'm slow on the exit of those two corners, like I say, the qualifying speed was there, so if I put the whole lap together without traffic, like I've got now, in theory I should close up on the car in front, which is exactly what I try and do. So I have closed up. This goes on for a few laps with me right behind him, and then we get met with a safety car. So you can see the car beached in the gravel on the left there, and the safety car boards are out. Now you can probably hear me on the radio a little bit here. This is Scott on the pit wall for Pro-Am and myself, just having a bit of a chat about what we're going to do, because the pit entry is coming up, and we lost out at Snetterton by pitting too early as soon as the car came out. The boards came out. The safety car took a long time to leave, so we made the decision to stay out. To be honest, after it all had shaken out, I'm not really sure we lost or gained that much. I think we probably lost maybe 5-10 seconds. Nothing drastic. And here we are, coming in to the pit lane. Right behind that Fiesta, which I'd obviously been chasing all the way down up until the safety car. We're into our pit box. And that was my stint over. It was a little bit frustrating in parts, but I was quite pleased with it in others. And Jack's out again, and you can see we just nip in front of that Fiesta in the pit lane. It's all about the little victories. And I know the team was very happy that we got the car serviced and all ready to go, and just sneak out in front. Jack is back out into the safety car. I would say traffic, but the safety car is quite a long way around the circuit, and it never actually bunches the field up. So Jack goes green just as he's onto the GP loop after a couple of laps of trying to catch the safety car. And here he is. So this is Jack's first race lap at Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Immediately under pressure in the reverse scenario from that Fiesta as I was putting on it the stint before. Great move from the Fiesta. It comes from a long way back, but it's well under control. Sends one down the inside. Frustrating to have that done to you, but you've got to applaud that move. Well done to Jack as well for being aware and seeing it coming in the mirrors. And we're at a phase in the race now where we're fourth, and we've got quite a big gap. I think it was 40 or 50 seconds to the car behind, and this means that Jack's able just to sort of settle into a little bit of a rhythm. Doesn't need to be setting qualifying pace, which is probably good for the engine and the tyres given the outside temperature, and he can just focus on learning the track a little bit, which is not something you often say, but given that the Grand Prix Loop's such a rare circuit to get time on, that's how it was for a lot of people this weekend. So Jack does a great job, does exactly what we need to keep circulating and continuing in fourth, and with only a few laps to go, he comes across a very smoky Renault Clio. With that pass, moves us up into third in class. Not something we expected from this weekend. Like we said, we just wanted something incident free, but sometimes if you tick all the boxes, you do get a little bit of luck. I don't know what happened to Darren's Clio, given the temperatures. I imagine probably suffered some kind of overheat. And we're into Jack's last lap. We didn't know it was going to be the last lap. We've still got a few minutes of the race left, but as you're about to see from his big lock up into Druids, which he does well to get stopped, and the fluid flag that was out, there's a lot of fluid down at Druids hairpin, and there's also fluid down at the last corner and somewhere else on the circuit. The leaders actually have it coming together, trying to look after their cars through it all. So with that, the stewards decide to red flag the race a few minutes early, which means we don't get to see a checkered flag, which is always a shame, but we do come home third in class.
Congratulations, boys. Strategy, good strategy. Happy with how it went? Yeah, I mean, we had to do what we had to do, really, with the safety car.
Yeah.
Came in, it sort of dictated it for us. But yeah, it was a good race.
What's it like driving on the GP circuit?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great to be able to come here and experience the GP Loop. You don't get many opportunities to, and the car went really well here. PRO-AM did a great job prepping it after a little incident at Snetterton as well. So yeah, very happy to be here.
Exactly, put that one to bed. Take a trophy home, boys. Well done, congratulations. I think these people might want to take some photos of you. So if you all get on the top, so all get on the top and have a picture together, eh?